Hello, 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 welcome to Firearms of America, and today we have another pair of Salomon boots, shoes. Let's find out. This is Speedcross 4 and they are pretty popular, so I decided to get them for our Ultimate Survival Boots review. I know they're not boots, but nevertheless, would they be good for the ultimate survival situations? Let's find out. So very quickly, if you are looking to buy this speed trail running shoes, if that's all you're interested in, I personally might test everything I've done. If you don't want to watch the whole review, I absolutely love them. They work perfectly for what they are designed. Now, if you are interested to find out whether they're good for the ultimate survival, keep watching. So what do we do in this review or this ultimate survival? So we judge the shoes, boots by a few different criterias. Criteria number 1, comfort. Now, whenever it comes to the comfort levels, Salomons, they always have, they always hit the mark perfectly. One of the reasons is because they do have that special inner sole that is called OUTSOLE. And the OUTSOLE is basically that, the feeling that it gives you is sort of the jelly, but at the same time firm feeling. It does take a lot of impact whenever you are running. It does feel really good. It makes it very comfortable to wear the shoes for extended periods of time. And the test that I've personally done in order to test them was a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk right after, pretty much without stopping, maybe just to drink some water. And the overall wear time of all of this was about 8 hours. 8 hours wearing these shoes non-stop without taking them off. And let me tell you, they are, just like a lot of other Salomon shoes and boots that I have reviewed, they are absolutely amazing whenever it comes to the comfort level. Now, it's not just the OUTSOLE, however, that contributes to the comfort. There's another thing. It is the bottom sole. It is so flexible, and as you can see, it really does not take any effort in order to bend it, and that's really what contributes to that running process. Whenever you're running, you do have to run on your toes and not get a lot of impact on your heel, so that your ankles don't stress, your knees don't stress. And in this shoes, it's very easy to do because of that very flexible bottom sole. So whenever it comes to the comfort level, I would say this shoes, they do get a solid 9 out of 10. Why 9? Why not 10? Well, here's the thing. Because a little bit because of that bottom sole, and as you can see, it is very aggressive, and it does have a very long grooves that are sticking out. We're gonna talk about it in the criteria about the outsole. We're gonna talk about it later, and I'll mention why it does kind of take away a little bit from the comfort. Okay, so number 2 is the proofing and protection. And whenever it comes to proofing, there's really not much proofing. These boots are not Gore-Tex, they are not waterproof, so keep that in mind. If you're interested in waterproof, make sure you're looking for something that has GTX in the name, because that's what it stands for. It stands for Gore-Tex, which is waterproof, sort of a fabric that they implement into the design. Whenever it comes to the protection, there is a little bit of that hard rubber here, a little bit of something hard here. It's not really rubber, it's more of sort of a patch, so it does give you just a little, because it is still pretty soft, and that's really it. Now, the bottom sole is not very thick, so it's very tough rubber, so there's not a lot of chance that it's going to be penetrated by something like a sharp rock, but the nail will definitely go through without any problems. Keep that in mind. Whenever you're running, just make sure you're looking where you're stepping. Okay, that's just keep that in mind. Number 3, the quality and the design features. Now, quality wise, if you can check out the link, the Amazon link in the description below, you will see that there are a lot of positive reviews. People love this shoes for their purpose, for trail running. And the design features that I wanted to mention here is my favorite quick lace system, which is absolutely amazing. I do love it so much. I wish every everything was with this quick lace system, because all it takes really to tighten it is bam, that's it. So it's really easy to put the shoes on. It's really easy to take them off. I think that's really good. And of course, this a lot of Salomon shoes, they are equipped with the system they call SensiFit. These ones do feature that as well. Basically, that feeling that creates sort of wraps around your foot. It feels really good, and it gives you stability as well. Especially whenever you're running, you do feel that. Now let's talk about the number 4, and that's the outsole traction and stability. Now I've mentioned something about the outsole, this aggressive grooves. They do serve their purposes on surfaces like wet grass, just your regular trail surfaces, kind of like woody mix of branches and leaves and stuff like that, mud. They do perform on all those surfaces very well. Sandy surfaces perform amazing. But here's the thing: whenever it comes to the flat surfaces, like for example this desk, or the tile or the marble, because these grooves are so long, as you can see, I don't know if I can show you, they are they are soft, and you definitely do feel that whenever you step on the flat surface like this. You do feel sort of that extra movement that is not supposed to be there. So sort of like you're slippering, but you're not. It's just that little bit, like a half-inch movement. It does not feel very good, especially if you're trying to run. It feels very wobbly, so keep that in mind. These shoes, they are not for flat surfaces. You're not gonna like them on on the tile, on even like a flat concrete or something like that. It's not as noticeable, for example, on tarmac, on asphalt, but still you do get a little bit of that wobbliness just because these grooves are long, and because they are so long, and they do bend, and that's what gives to that imbalance. So on the surfaces, on the flat surfaces, not good. On the trail surfaces, absolutely amazing. Keep that in mind. Number 5 is the temperature. Now, of course, as you would imagine, they are not winter, in any sense. So don't expect them to, keep you warm. But at the same time, in the hot temperatures, I live in Florida, and I was testing them at about 100 degrees. They are very, very breathable. They are very light. It's very comfortable to run in them in the hot temperatures. Your feet do not overheat, so they are for hot temperatures. Keep that in mind. Number 6, really quickly, is the sizing. No problems with the sizing at all. They are definitely true to the size. No complaints here. Number 7 is, I think, the most important one, is the balance of application. And what I mean by that is, if this were your last shoes that you put on, and it was something that had to do, your survival depended on them, and you had to run out of your house, and you had to run and walk and climb and fight and do all of this, jump, do all of these different things that you can possibly imagine to survive, would these shoes be good? Now, I think they do, while they do serve their purpose, as in the trail, in the woody, it really depends on the areas where you live and how you plan your survival. For example, if you do live in the woods somewhere, and if you plan to run out of your house and run through the woods and get to somewhere safe where you need to get, these shoes obviously would be very good for that. But if you are looking for all sorts of, you don't know what the terrain is going to be, and you're looking for all these different scenarios, like me, for example, running through tarmac, running through wet grass one day, and another day running through the mall on the tile, they might not suit you very well, just because of that very aggressive bottom sole and this very aggressive long grooves that are pretty wobbly whenever it comes to flat surfaces. So keep that in mind. And the very last one is the price. Currently, these boots are selling on Amazon somewhere between $95 and a whopping $230. But it really depends on the color, it really depends on the size and the availability and what seller you are buying them from.